So you've got a cool, good, and excellent custom website now, but it's not hosted anywhere. Remember we made that GitHub account? Well, now we're going to use it. So the template that we forked from the nice man on GitHub, this project still thinks that we want to push and publish changes to his GitHub, which we don't want to do. We want to publish it ourselves. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to come to the terminal and type in the command git space remote space rm, which is shorthand for remove, and then origin. Enter. And nothing's going to show up, but it's done something, trust me. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to press Control-Shift-P to open up the command palette and type in git, and then find the thing that says publish to GitHub. Now, when you click on this, it's going to say, dumb idiot, you can't do this, because you're not signed in. Sign in, and then try it again. So, publish to GitHub. We're going to give it a name. So, I'm going to call it tutorial astro site. There we go. And you can either publish it to a private GitHub repository or a public one. Private means that you choose who sees it, so you can invite people to see it or invite people to contribute. A public GitHub repository, everyone can see it and everyone can download it. So I'm going to make it public, and it's going to publish to GitHub, and it's just going to take a second, and then once it's done, you can hit this open to GitHub or open GitHub link, and we'll see that a cute little tutorial site has been forked or published their own site. Published their own GitHub. Ah! So there we go. I wonder how can you change that? No, that just tells you that it's his thing. Okay. Sweet. So it's on GitHub now. Now what we want to do is we want to make it live. So the way that we do that is we use a thing called Vercel. So Vercel has a free tier of hosting, which is really good for personal websites that aren't sending out a bunch of data, or it's not receiving a bunch of data. Our personal website is just a static site where people can come look at funny pictures and words about the things that you've done. So we're going to use Vercel. And the reason why I like Vercel is because it's very well integrated with GitHub. So click on Vercel, go to vercel.com, create an account on Vercel, sign in using GitHub preferably, or use your email address. And then once you're here, you'll have this overview page. You'll be able to add a new project. Do that, and then you'll see this page where it says import GitHub repository or import Git repository. You can see that the tutorial Astro site that we just published on our GitHub is here. You just hit import, give it a name, give it whatever you want. It's automatically detected that the framework that we're using is Astro, so we're just going to leave that. And then we're just going to slap the deploy button, and it's going to take a while to build. Or actually, no, it's Astro, so it's going to be very quick. And once it's done, our website will be tied to a public domain that people can go to. It's done. Continue to dashboard. And then it's tutorial astrosite.github. Oh, it's still his page. I forgot. We have to push changes. So we've just published the template without any changes. We need to publish the changes. And this is what you're going to do from now on. So now version 1 of the website is public and online. And what we're going to do is we're going to make changes, and then we're going to push those changes to GitHub. So go back to VS Code, and if you created and published the repository using VS Code, then you'll be able to use the integrated Git source control stuff that VS Code has. So on this sidebar here, click on this funny little freak icon, and you'll see this is a list of all of the changes, all the files that you've changed since your last commit. What we're going to do is we're going to enter a commit message. So, made the site our own. The commit message can be whatever you want. It's just a little note to kind of define, well, not define, but it's just like a little note to let people know what this commit was all about. So we've made the site our own. We're gonna hit the commit button. We're gonna commit them to main. I'm not gonna go into how GitHub source control works. If you want to know more information, I would recommend that you go look it up. I'm gonna hit yes, and that's gonna stage the commits. And then all we do is hit sync changes, and this will push and pull commits to the origin main. Now, the main branch is basically the live version of our website. So I'm going to hit OK. And if we go back to Vercel, you'll actually see down here there's an upcoming build, and you'll see the commit message made our own site, and it's just finished building, and it says status ready. If you mess something up, and the build fails, you'll get information. And I'll just show you. But anyway, we'll go back to the Astro site, and you'll see that all of the changes have been added. So like now this is our website, and you can see that it's hosted. We want our own custom domain, don't we? Anyway, sorry, I'll deliberately screw something up. It's failed to build, and it says error. Now, it's not going to push that. It's not going to deploy that to our website. So our website's still going to work using the previous push that we done. So this one's failed, so it hasn't deployed. So if we click on the commit message, we'll see all of this beep, 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 and it will tell us some information on what happened. And we're like, oh, okay. So if we go to, the layouts base layout.astro file, which is here, you'll see that there's like a big scary underline here. Basically, you can fix it, save it, and then commit it, and push it again. Very good. And then if that actually goes through, then that will be the new version of the website.